Welcome to Michael's Musings. Today we have an extra special guest, Karla Haas from Rudy Green's Doggy Cuisine. Welcome, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
First off, can you tell our viewers what Rudy Green's is?
Rudy Green's Doggy Cuisine is an all-natural people food that's made for dogs. Just a bland human stew made in nutrient-dense formulas, especially for dogs, but you can really eat it. If you put salt and pepper on it, it's actually a delicious meal. And they come in 12-ounce microwave-safe, resealable containers. The product is frozen because there are no preservatives in it. And it works beautifully as a topping or a mix into dry food if you've got a normal, healthy dog. But also, the reason I started the company and what it really is designed for is to provide nourishment and nutrition to an older, sick dog.
Okay. Is there a story behind that?
There is a story behind that, and it involves Rudy Green, who was a stray chocolate lab who showed up at my house when he was 2 years old and decided he was going to live with me. Much to do about that, but long story short, when he was 14 years old, he developed a bleeding ulcer from switching his arthritis medication, and carried Rudy home from the vet's office, nearly dead, and was told by the vet he's probably not going to make it. He cannot digest dry dog food. Canned food's not going to keep him alive. Take him home and cook for him, and might buy him some time. Well, with the help of a veterinary nutritionist and some research, I came up with recipes that proved to be perfect for his problem, and within 2 weeks he was better than he'd been in years. So the other 3 dogs that I have obviously could not just get kibble while I was serving this fabulous meal to Rudy and mix it with their dry food, and dinner time became this fabulous event that there was no going back. I looked for something similar on the market, just bland stews, and there was nothing. And I decided, at this point, just go for it. There was an absence of it in the market. And doing a lot of research now, years later, I realized that there are so many things in dog food that are not great ingredients, and there are many things lacking from commercial foods that are only found in real food that this provides.
So a lot of dry dog foods have fillers and byproducts, and Rudy Green's does not, correct?
No, there's nothing in here that you would need. And most of my my flavors have only 5 or 6 ingredients in them.
What points would you make to a consumer about the product, why they should buy it?
Basically, because you know what it is. And I would tell any consumer that's concerned about their pet to read the label on any food that they buy. Check the list of ingredients. Meat should be the primary ingredient. And it should be meat, not meat byproduct or meat meal. It should state the source of that meat. It should say chicken or beef or lamb or duck or whatever it says. It shouldn't say just meat meal or meat byproduct. That's very bad. You want to be able to pronounce the things correctly. You want to know what they are. Okay. I mean, if we've learned one thing from the horrible recall of 2007, it's that. Yes. That's the good thing that came out of that, is that our consumers are more educated now, and hopefully we're a little more aware of some of the things, the inferior ingredients and manufacturing practices that occur.
Could you explain to our viewers real quick, what meat byproduct and meat meal actually mean? What could actually be in it?
And this is scary, but it is the waste, obviously things that humans do not consume. It can be anything from the sawdust and blood that is on the slaughterhouse floor scraped up, to being feathers, hooves, internal organs, including the waste, fecal matter. One of the most disturbing things I have found is that meat byproducts are allowed by law to contain a percentage of euthanized shelter animals. That is actually a real protein source. Disturbing but true. Dogs have been our companions for 10,000 years, and they did not eat kibble up until 50 years ago. There was no canned or dry food. They ate what we ate, and we shared our bounty, our meals with them. That's back before we were eating things like Big Macs and Doritos, and when we were eating healthy, whole foods.
So really around World War II, when the process,
Right.
manufacturing food,
Right.
that's when we started.
When we started making things out of our waste.
So do you see a movement
stuff.
of going, and I know there's a new organic, movement for our food. Do you see that happening?
I do, and the trends follow. Pet trends tend to follow the human trend. Obviously now we're dressing them up and putting them in sunglasses and things, it's a whole other story. But yes, hopefully this will catch on, and I've seen a huge change in customers telling me when I do demos in stores or at events, telling me they cook for their dogs. And it really is a very healthy way to feed, and a cost-effective way to feed them.
Oh, yeah.
And feed them, what they're eating.
Exactly. So, where can you buy Rudy Greens in Nashville?
In Nashville, you can get it at 2 Kroger stores, the one in Goodlettsville and the Green Hills. You can buy it at Whole Foods in Franklin, Happy Retails, which is in Brentwood, in the Creekside Crossing Shopping Center there, Dizzy's Dog Wash, and at Miss Kitty's Bed and Bath.
And what about online? They can buy it on the website?
You can buy it online. It's all directly goes through Amazon.com, so it's actually pretty cost effective to do it that way too. It's shipped right to your house.
Right. How many flavors are available?
In Rudy Greens. There are 5 flavors year round. There is this, which is the new turkey mac and cheese, which is ground turkey, macaroni, organic cheddar, spinach, carrots, and olive oil, dog flour. There is a beefy rice, which is diced sirloin, brown rice, peas, carrots, garlic, and olive oil. There is a chicken and veggie, which is white meat chicken, zucchini, sweet potatoes, and brown rice. A pork pasta and potato with pork tenderloin, roti pasta, potatoes, and celery. A vegetarian option, which is called Vegemite, which has barley, lentils, spinach, flaxseed oil. Great for dogs that have kidney issues or problems with too much protein. And then during the holiday time of year, we have a holiday buffet, which is basically a Thanksgiving dinner. Everything would be on your plate, smushed together, and made just for dogs.
Which I can vouch for. My dogs love the holiday buffet. Every Thanksgiving and Christmas, I give it to them, and I think they're having their holiday dinner.
They should.
And they should, exactly. Why is the gay community important in animal rights and pet adoption?
It's actually hugely important for a couple reasons. In my opinion, one, because gay people tend to speak their minds and pursue their beliefs, by virtue of their cause anyway. And they're more educated and a little more consumer conscious than the average bear. Also, pets are very important to the gay community because many gay couples and gay people do not have children or normal lifestyles with a partner and a whole family. This is their family or their kids or their pets. So to me, that's very important.
So I want to know about your pets.
I have 4 dogs right now. I stray goldfish there. They are all rescues. They are all of mixed origin. I have Baby Girl, who is a lab pit, God knows what else mix that I found in the Everglades when she was probably a year old, and she weighed 14 pounds and had no hair. And now she's got to be at least 14 years old. And she's still the bitch of the house. She knows. I have Weber, who is the biggest lab I've ever seen. We actually call him Labradale because he's like a cross between a lab and a Clydesdale. He's huge. He's huge. But he's so sweet. He carries his towel in his bed everywhere he goes. I have Willie that I found in the parking lot in the Dairy Queen when he was like this big, and he's a donkey. God knows what else he really is. And then I have Teddy, and Teddy is, he's gangster. He's Ted D. He was, unfortunately, in the euthanasia room at a shelter, and
Wrapping up, if there was anything you could say to our viewers about the rescuing and pets out there, what would it be?
To please spay and neuter your pets so they don't breed, and adopt animals if at all possible. It's wonderful if you have any spare time to volunteer or rescue a shelter animal. Yes, volunteer.
Well, great. Well, thank you for being with us
Thank you
today
for
and
having me.
educating